أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي أشدد به أزري واشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. اللهم صل وسلم على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you very much for coming. We are continuing our discussion with a verse that's in Surah Al-Baqarah, number 74. And the author was answering the question, why would the Quran mention the rocks and its nature? And the author broke the verse into parts, and he has been explaining each part. Today we are talking about the following part. It says, and behold, there are some from which, when they are cleft or divided, water issues. So again, we're talking about rocks, and when they are divided, water issues. Okay, what does that mean? Why is it mentioned in the Quran? How is it related to me? Let's see. By alluding through the sentence to the rock, which split with perfect eagerness under the staff of Moses, peace be upon him, and poured forth 12 streams from 12 sources, it imparts the following meaning. O children of Israel, great rocks become soft and crumble before a single miracle of Moses, peace be upon him. They shed tears and floods, pouring forth out of either awe or joy. How is it you're so unfair? You are obstinate in the face of all Moses' miracles, and not weeping. Your eyes are lifeless and your hearts hard. Okay. Does anybody know anything about this incident that the author is referring to here? And what did you think it meant, or what do you think it means? Go ahead, Brother Ali.
This subject needs to be understood by paying attention to the method of the reading the Quran or revelation. Revelation speaks, all revelations speaks with analogies, symbols, so that the people can easily remember and keep in their mind and take lesson from it, or find themselves in this story. Now, as we are familiar with the phenomenon that revelation of the news from God to the transferred to the prophets, and the prophets delivered it to human beings verbally in the form of words, speech, is also likened to rain coming down and giving life to dead earth. And the seeds which are potentially able to grow into a plant or a tree, but if there was no water, then the seeds cannot really clift and start growing, shooting out. And they cannot really practice their potentiality and turn it into a capacity or ability to be a tree. These analogies are essential in the teachings of any kind of revelation from God. Now, if we pay attention to the example of rocks and the miracle of the staff of Moses, when Moses hit the rock and rock cleft, divided. I mean, okay, I don't know. What is it to do with me? Of course, it is an analogy that the reader will say, ask the questions. What does Moses represent in this analogy? What does staff represent in this analogy? What does rock represent in this analogy? And what does heart of human being represent in this analogy? So we have to combine the physical miracle with the message, miraculous message of the prophets. That is how we should understand and benefit from the teachings of Revelation. Otherwise, it will become just a useless example. I don't know what Moses did and the rocks there. It is claimed that it is a miracle when you hit a rock with a piece of wood, it clefts and water gushes out. Come on, I have never seen such thing. But the Quran says it happened miraculously. Maybe I have no idea, and it is none of my business. A miracle, but Moses showed a miracle. What is it to do with me now? And what shall I do? Of course, these legitimate questions force human mind to think that the source, the Quran here, mentioning this, must be somehow related to me, because Quran says, I am your creator speaking to you and giving you guidance. What is the guidance for me? Of course, we have to understand that speech of God, revelation to the prophets, goes along with the creation of the universe, again, revealing God, his qualities to humankind. On the one hand, revelation speaks verbally. On the other hand, creation of the universe speaks, or everything in the universe speaks, not verbally, but silently, demonstrating the qualities of their creator. They must be combined together. If the revelation is the speech of the creator of the universe. So the creator is speaking to me in two ways at the same time. By creating universe, he is demonstrating his qualities, introducing himself to me, and by speaking at the same time, how I should really decipher the speech, which is made silently in the creation of the universe. And my heart is the seed, waiting for water to come so that it will grow into a tree. Otherwise, it will die away. So when we understand the wisdom of the Quran, how it speaks to us, we realize that these examples are something to do with my reality. Rock represents my heart, and staff of Moses represents the message he receives, and hitting the heart, when I receive the message, it hits my heart, and as rocks cleft, my heart also must start cleaving. So from the rock, water gushes, water issues comes out. My heart must be the source of water to water my feelings, so that my feelings will understand, realize what is in them potentially. So I will use my feelings in order to understand the message that Moses or the prophets bring to me, and I have to water my heart, my feelings, with the message of the prophet, and see how they will grow into realization of the side of the universe which demonstrates the qualities of their creator, and my heart will be opened to acknowledging my creator and his wisdom in creating me. So both sides work together. Here we see, as this is underlined here, the staff of Moses, peace be upon him, and poured forth 12 streams from 12 sources. Now, with one strike, this is a single miracle. One strike, 12 streams came out. What does it mean? When the message arrives in our heart, everybody, in the example, every tribe receives their water independently. It means separately. So the message, when I receive the message, I will take the stream, if you like, which is appropriate to my nature according to my living conditions. So everyone will benefit from every tribe, everyone will benefit from the revelation comfortably without really being obliged to imitate each other. So I will receive the message and understand it in an appropriate way, which fits my needs and helps me understand my reality according to level of the people, according to the level of the capacity of understanding, intelligence capacity of the people. They will benefit from each of them, from the revelation, each according to their needs and capacity. Why 12? 12 is symbolically used in the Quran in many ways, that various ways we can use it. In various ways, every tribe, no one will be excluded from benefiting the revelation, benefiting from the revelation. Every nation, every tribe, every civilization, every culture, every custom will benefit from it if only we let the message come to us. Or in the analogy, we let the staff of Moses hit our heart, so that our heart will receive the message with one conditions, that we will come. One point is important. If my heart is so hardened that doesn't let water get into it. For example, there is no such seed in the universe, but human beings have this option to close up themselves as a result of arrogant choice. But can you imagine a seed has the free will and shuts itself up and not let the water get into it? Do you think this seed will split and the shoot will come out? Never. That is the order of the universe, will of the Creator. You have to let your heart open to the revelation in order to grow into a tree. Our heart, our feelings here is like a seed. When we receive the message and under the guidance of the message, understand the silent message of the universe through their existence, we will realize that, we are given the ability to recognize, to become aware of the reality of the eternal existence, absolute Creator, who is my Lord, who is the source of my existence. And all my feelings can only be satisfied if I attach them, if I acknowledge that they are given to me by an absolute being, infinite being, who is the Creator of the universe. So my heart will be open to a completely different level of existence of the Creator. So that is the only way to get satisfaction for the needs of my feelings. Otherwise, I will be closed up within the limitations of transient material world. That is what a person who insists not to accept the message of the revelation and think about the nature of the universe under the guidance of revelation, they say matter happens by itself, or other ways of interpretation. So doesn't let the water of revelation get into it and take it into consideration and think whether it makes sense or not. Close up themselves as a result of their arrogant, ego-centered understanding of the universe and of their own existence. So these analogies are extremely important. While we are reading the Quran, we have to open up our mind, open our minds up, and see that these material examples demonstrated to us in the forms of miraculous material happenings of the prophets, actions or demands from God. So from one hand, I'm summarizing, wrapping up what we have talked about, the importance of the principles of reading the revelation. That is the problem if somebody cannot have any access to the meaning of the revelation, lack of principles of reading. Now, these miracles are demonstrations of the physical side of the creation, but these are analogs to how the revelation should come to me, how I should take an attitude towards the revelation. Solomon rode on the air and traveled all the countries, all the places where he wanted to deliver the message. How can I really subjugate the air for me to receive the message of the Prophet Solomon? For example, that this is just many examples. So we see that the miracles of the prophet Moses is scattered everywhere, because any abstract notion needs to be presented to human mind in a way that they can really visualize it in the form of any kind of creation out there. So associated or likened it to the revelation, as we said, the rain coming down and giving life to plants, or dead earth. Revelation comes down and gives life to dead heart. Otherwise, the heart will remain as valuable as it is potentially to grow into a new world of really, which is called Alam al-Ghaib, the opening up to the creator who has a completely different level of essence of existence than the universe. If I don't open up my heart to the rain of revelation, it will remain like a rock, as in the example of the Moses, and there will be no water coming, because I have the options. But the elements of the universe don't have the option to close up. That is why when Moses, in this analogy, hit rock cleft, divided, is cleft and divided, and water came to water the seeds to grow. These analogies are extremely amazing, how the Quran speaks in a symbolic way by narrating the miracles of the prophets in order to explain to me how I should have a relationship with the message that the prophets deliver to me. I mean, this is amazing to me, this rhetorical quality, literal quality of the Quran is peerless. Simple example, but very deep message. Everybody can understand it according to his own level. Sorry, it was a long introduction, but I felt personally for myself, as I went through the text before, coming and joining the discussion. These points are really essential. How many times they are repeated doesn't matter, and it is not waste. We should keep remembering it, because we see that most of the people are struggling with the Quran or revelation, maybe ending up with denial, accusing the revelation as meaningless, irrational, simple examples. I don't know what they are, just talking trash and denying it. And this trend is happening in the Muslim world as well. Mainly in the Muslim world. Non-Muslim world doesn't care what the Quran says or not, because they are not paying attention to it. So Muslim world is confused. The minds of the people are confused because of this literal understanding of the Quran and not seeing the beauty in the analogies as this author is presenting to us. They are really directly related messages to my present life right now. Wassalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I had a question, but you already answered it. So thanks a lot for that. All right, let's continue. And in the third part, it says, "And behold, there are some that fall down for awe of God." I think I highlighted the word fall down because I wanted to know what that meant. 1 second. Which one is this? Yeah. I'll just, is it okay if I read your comment, or do you want to explain it?
I spoke a lot. You can read it,
Okay.
being modest. It means not arrogant, accept your reality. You can read it.
Okay, sure. It says, "Leave arrogance behind and submit to the truth you receive through the prophetic messages of Moses, which are revealed by your Creator." Okay, to leave my arrogance behind and submit to the truth. Okay, makes sense. It's almost like setting my ego aside and choosing to submit to the truth, since the truth is being so obviously demonstrated in front of my eyes. Okay. Through calling to mind with this part the famous event of the huge mountain crumbling and being scattered out of awe at the manifestation of divine glory, which occurred on Mount Sinai at the supplications of Moses, peace be upon him, and the rocks rolling down all round, out again in awe, it teaches this meaning. O people of Moses, peace be upon him, how is it you do not fear God when the mountains, which are composed of rocks, are crushed and scattered out of awe of him? Although you know that Moses climbed Mount Sinai above you in order to receive the covenant, and that on his seeking the vision of God, oh my goodness, the mountain crumbled and you saw it, how is it you are so bold? You do not tremble out of fear of God, and you make your hearts hard and unfeeling. Okay, so the paragraph is a lot to take in. I don't have anything to say if someone wants to ask questions or share reflections. Go ahead, brother.
No, in our Monday classes in the evening, in US 6 p.m., we talked about this Mount Sinai above you in order to receive the covenant. Now, the translation is not really exact. Well, I'm guessing, not accusing the translator, which I respect her very much, didn't understand, because the author is combining two miraculous events took place in Moses' life, and by combining two of them and making the point relevant to this particular subject of likening the hearts of some people, arrogant people, nothing to do with the children of Israel. It is an example. Some arrogant people, and trying to convey the message to us and presenting an example of how the miracles mentioned in the Quran, miracles of the prophets mentioned in the Quran, should be understood. This is the way of presenting another principle of the Quran, reading of the Quran. Now, not losing himself, the author, in the narration of the miraculous events, details of it, maybe putting it in an historical context. He doesn't spend any time on it. Directly concentrates on what the message is for me here. Now, first, why I said, can you come a little bit down? Moses climbed, can you just, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. No. That is more than enough. So, Moses climbed Mount Sinai. Now, what is this? Moses went to the Mount Sinai in order to receive the covenant. Covenant means message. Message means through the message, human beings can connect themselves and make a treaty with their creator, covenant with their creator, sign a contract with their creator. So through the revelation, because revelation makes human beings realize who their creator is. Otherwise, universe itself says, no, I cannot exist accidentally, randomly, so there must be something, but human mind cannot go beyond the universe. So revelation comes, says, this, what you say, something is he. Who is he in the language of the Quran? Who is he? The one who gave existence to the whole universe. There is such being. There is such a being. So you understand that everything points to the qualities of their creator, and the qualities of their creator cannot be found within the universe. It must be outside. So he climbed up the mountain to receive the message, which brings the covenant. It means connects the human minds and hearts to their real creator. This is the covenant, contract between me as a created being and my creator as my creator, source of existence. I acknowledge he is my creator, my Lord, my Rab, and Rab lets me know I am his creature through the revelation. I created you, lets me know by saying I created you, lets me know he is my creator, and he lets me know that he is the owner of my existence. And we sign a contract between me and my creator that I will acknowledge you as the source of my existence, and I will tie my existence to you. God says, okay, as long as you acknowledge this, I will treat you with my absolute infinite qualities and reward this recognition or abiding by the covenant with paradise. It means infinite satisfaction for you. This is the contract. The contract is very, very easy. As long as I acknowledge and submit my existence to him, he will treat me with his absolute qualities. And the absolute qualities is paradise. The price of paradise is what? Submission, modesty, accepting my reality, not being arrogant. That is very cheap. It means it costs me nothing but accept my reality. That's it. I'm not going to pay anything and practice my life according to this recognition of my creator. Everything I receive in this world, I say, thank you, my creator. That is your gift, blessings for me, free. I'm benefiting from it and acknowledging it, not breaching my covenant with you. That's it. The price of paradise is submission. So this is one side of the story. Another side of the story is, because there's in the translation it is not clear. Moses climbed up Mountain Sinai about you. It doesn't make sense in English. Moses climbed Mountain Sinai above you. No, Quran says we raised the Mountain Sinai above human beings in order to receive the covenant, or in order to submit to this covenant. Now, we will read this sentence like this. Moses climbed Mountain Sinai in order to receive the covenant. Now, forget about this above you. And by sending the message through the prophet Moses, the revelation, the place of revelation becomes on you now, because Mountain Sinai in the section Araf, verse 171, it is explained that Mountain Sinai is raised above the people, children of Israel, but above me, as far as I am concerned as a reader of the Quran, above me. What does it mean? The revelation he received, because Mountain Sinai represents the revelation, the revelation he received is on me now. Whether I will submit to it and benefit from it, it will be a means of, if you like, travel, which is in the symbol of ascension of the prophet. It will be a burak for me, so that I will reach out to acknowledging God. Or if I don't, then this revelation will keep reminding me that who you are a fragile being. You are subject to death. You cannot create anything. You just have to obey the Creator's order. And still, you insist that you are not going to acknowledge the Creator of the universe, therefore, of your Creator. It is a burden on me now. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be reminded and struggle against the revelation, claim that this revelation is just talking nonsense and religion is trash, believing God is just imagination. They struggle as much as they can in order to deny their reality. And of course, they cannot. That remains a burden on you, which is not to be proven at all. Then the human heart, human mind can never get satisfaction with this simple explanation, speculation actually, about the creation. Nature happened, randomly happened, stupid, there is no randomness, and the nature is matter itself. How can you say the matter is the source of its own qualities? And of course, the matter is made with the qualities manifested in it. How can it be its own source? This logical contradiction is so obvious, but in order to try to justify it, they keep carrying the burden of their own arrogance not to submit to the truth. Try to find out something. Try to find any excuses to deny it. So, according to our attitude to the revelation, either accept it because it makes sense, because it is just fitting to my human feelings, or I have to struggle to find out any kind of speculative excuses to deny it. This struggle the deniers are going through is inevitable. The struggle of denying the reality becomes inevitably a burden on the disbelievers. That is why they try to spread the message to other people so that everybody will be under the same burden of carrying the responsibility of denying the reality and trying to struggle to find an excuse to explain away their existence with false, irrational claims. They want everybody to be in the same position so that, oh, it's not me. Everybody is struggling here. The life is very heavy. Life is meaningless. Life has no meaningful end at all. We are just accidental beings. It's everybody says or if you like, joins the orchestra of denial. I am one of them. That is why they try to spread their atheistic idea, their denial, just the superficial claims to other people. But we have to remember this as well. Why the prophets try to spread the message to others as well? Are they the same? No. If somebody suffers from hunger, he wants to see everybody to suffer from the hunger. But if somebody finds a source of food and satisfies himself, herself, and happy with it, relaxed, so this person say, why these people are suffering from hunger? There is food here, come on, have the food. Wouldn't you like to invite people to the food so that they will share your happiness with you? Because sharing your happiness with you makes them satisfied as well. So they will struggle to spread the message so that everybody will be equally under the mountain of the revelation and carry it as a heavy load, which is for a human being is impossible to carry it, but only through negligence, forgetting about it, keeping themselves busy, not remembering it, that they are carrying a big responsibility. But a believer is experiencing the happiness and say, oh, why don't you be modest and accept your reality and submit your existence to the creator of the universe? Because everything in the universe acts and comes into existence according to his will. They cannot come into existence by themselves. Don't you understand it? Get some benefit, eat from this banquet of the message, and keep your contract, your covenant with your creator and say, I am created. Why do I really obstinately insist I'm not created? I am just an accidental being, which all human beings reject, human feelings reject the being meaningless, contradicting within each other. The feelings say, I want eternal happiness, eternal satisfaction, and the one who breaks the covenant with with his or her creator, no, you want this, but there is no such thing. You have to suffer from lack of satisfaction. So you have to say, I'm meaningless. Everything is meaningless, happen to be by themselves in a meaningless reason. In fact, there is no reason. How stupid it is to me. But that is why the prophets struggle to spread, and those people who don't want to hear the prophet's message, they try to kill him. They cannot say, oh, this man is funny, telling some stories to people. I don't believe in it, and it doesn't make sense for me, the arrogant people, but it is just a make-up excuse. And let other people, if they believe in him, let people follow them. So what? So they will believe in God. So if they believe in God, what will happen? Come on. But they say, no. Why? If they believe in God and feel satisfaction in their existence, it will be a comparison, means of comparison. Look, these people are happy with their existence, and I am struggling with meaninglessness. They say, okay, paradise is waiting for me. But I say, no, meaningless annihilation, non-existence is waiting for me. I will disappear from existence. And they say, my creator is absolute. He takes care of my needs. Since he gave me my feelings, and feelings always look for eternal satisfaction, infinite satisfaction. And only the creator of the universe, who created my feelings as well, can satisfy it. I am relaxed. I am secure. I am not frightened of death at all. I am happy. Whatever my creator creates for me, this is from my owner, my creator. And this must be, this event is happening just as a result of his wisdom, his mercy. As I see, everything in the universe is created for a purpose. Out of mercy, we are not paying anything to the sun, to the atmosphere, to plants, animals, our life. We are not paying anything. Just we have to keep the covenant. That's it. I am very comfortable. If I am in a trouble, I say, oh, there must be a wisdom. What do you think my God is telling me here? Reminding me that I am not independent being. I have to acknowledge and remember that I cannot control my existence. Only the one who controls the universe can control my existence. This very simple sentence combines two miraculous events mentioned in the Quran and understands it in a way that how can we relate to our reality towards the revelation that we receive from the prophets, and which attitude I should take towards the revelation. This explains how we should read the Quran. That is why I took this opportunity, because I was studying the text before coming to the class. I said, that is amazing how the miracles of the prophets mentioned in the Quran in physical forms should be integrated into understanding the message of God for me now and benefit from it. It is amazing. It is rhetorical miracle, actually, the way the Quran speaks in a concise way, giving one simple example, explaining the reality of everything. I am amazed. That's why I am excited and spoke a lot. I am sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, another part. And in the part it says, "For behold, there are rocks from which streams gush forth." Through recalling with this part, rivers like the blessed Nile and the Tigris and Euphrates, I hope I pronounced the last one right, which gush up out of mountains, the Quran makes understood the miraculous fashion. Rocks receive the creational commands and are subjected to them. It infers the following meaning to vigilant hearts. It is certainly not possible that the mountains could be the actual source of such mighty rivers. For let us suppose the water was cut completely, and the mountains each became a conical reservoir. They would only persist a few months before losing the balance to the swift and abundant flow of those large rivers. And the rain, which penetrates only about a meter into the earth, would not be sufficient income for that high expenditure. This means that the springs of these rivers are not something ordinary and natural arising from chance, but that the all-glorious Creator makes them flow forth from an unseen treasury in truly marvelous fashion. Thus, alluding to this mystery and stating this meaning, it is narrated in a hadith. Each of those three rivers is a drop from paradise, which continuously issues forth from paradise, as a result of which they are sources of abundance. And in another it said, the source of these three rivers is from paradise. The truth of these narrations is this: since physical causes are not capable of producing their abundant flow, their sources must be in an unseen world and must arise from a treasury of mercy. The equilibrium between their incomings and outgoings is maintained in this way. I liked how he brought up the idea of paradise. I mean, first that he sort of negated the idea that, okay, this is by chance, and then, well, there must be kind of a source for all of this water. and then he's explaining, well, it's paradise. I like it because usually paradise is spoken of as this, distant, intangible place that's, just far. So I feel like this is bringing it closer to my heart, just the idea of understanding paradise and how is it related to the here and now. Any questions or anything you'd like to add about this paragraph? Thus, through inferring this meaning, the all-wise Quran gives the following instruction: O children of Israel and sons of Adam, with your hardness of heart, unfeelingness, and heedlessness, you disobey and close your eyes to the commands and light of knowledge of the pre-eternal Son, one so glorious that he makes flow forth from the mouths of common, lifeless rocks, mighty rivers like the blessed Nile, which transforms Egypt into a paradise and produces witnesses to his unity for the universe's heart and earth's mind, as eloquent as the force, appearance, and abundant flow of those mighty rivers, and makes them flow to the hearts and minds of jinn and men. It's interesting that he brought in jinn in this context. It's the first time to see it in this way. Does anybody want to add anything here? I'm just looking to see if it's okay just to go over a minute, so we can wrap up nicely. Okay. How is it that while some unfeeling, lifeless rocks manifest the miracles of his power in such wondrous fashion, showing the all-glorious Creator as the sunlight shows the sun, you are blind before the light of his knowledge and do not see it? So see what eloquence has been clothed on these three truths, and note carefully the eloquent guidance. What hardness of heart can withstand without melting the heat of this eloquent guidance? If you have understood this from the beginning to here, behold one flash of the all-wise Quran's miraculous guidance and offer thanks to Almighty God. Anybody want to say anything? Or I will be closing with these three supplications. Okay. Glory be unto you. We have no knowledge save that which you have taught us. Indeed, you are all-knowing, all-wise. O God, grant us understanding of the mysteries of the Quran as you love and is pleasing to you, and grant us success in the service of it. Ameen. Through your mercy, O most merciful of the merciful, O God, grant blessings and peace to the one to whom the all-wise Quran was revealed, and to all his family and companions. Okay, that was it. Thank you very much for today.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
Are you going to make closing prayers, inshallah?
Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah khairan.
Oh, I thought these were okay to be closing prayer.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for everything.